just heard we're trending on Twitter now, so well done, everybody. Just keep it up, Ethnic Room can trend too. Every now and then, someone remarkable comes along who defies convention. The Founders Award was created simply because exceptional individuals deserve an exceptional tribute. People often ask me, some of the people we've honored in the past, like Bruce Lee and Freddie Mercury, why do we honor them when they're no longer here? I believe the lessons that these giants in our midst taught us still hold true today. In a world where information moves at the speed of light and emotions are often short-lived, honoring such great people allows us to reflect on what is truly important in life. Being humble, showing commitment and passion to your cause or craft, whatever that may be, supporting one another, especially during difficult times, and most importantly, keeping love at the center of your universe. These are not just words, but are in fact a way of life for this year's Founders Award recipient. When we first announced that we would be honoring this person, it was received very well. However, a few short-sighted one or two were quick to criticize her work. I say to those people, if you exhibited just 1/10 of what made her great, the world would be an infinitely better place. I mean, it's a bit like the moment 2 years ago when I felt just slightly insignificant. So I do have someone to help me present this, but I'm absolutely delighted to welcome on stage someone very special to tell us more about this amazing person. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Father Alexandra Sherbrooke, representing Cardinal Vincent Nicholas of the St. Patrick's Soho. He first met Mother Teresa 30 years ago and came to know her well in Calcutta and London. Father Sherbrooke.
Good evening. I feel very much a fraud speaking about Mother. I was privileged to have met her many times, and she is someone who can explain so much about what we are all striving for in this world. But just to share 3 little vignettes about Mother, explain something about her. She was often asked, how is it that you've been so successful? And she said, I haven't been successful. I've simply tried to be faithful to God. Secondly, Mother, even though she was very small, she had enormous hands, hands which obviously had lifted many dying people off the streets of Calcutta, Nairobi, Mumbai, and elsewhere. And she would often take her hand and hold it up, and she said 5 fingers on the hand. The words from the gospel, you did it to me. And so much as I was in prison and you did not visit me, so much I was sick and you didn't care for me, so much you were lonely, I was lonely and you did not come to me. You did it to me. In other words, you did it to Jesus Christ. Her work was totally orientated on meeting our Lord Jesus in the poorest of the poor. And the last little vignette, when I first went to Calcutta, about 30 years ago, there was someone who came to visit who you will all know of, probably one of the most famous boxers of all time, Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay. And there was an extraordinary picture of Mother sitting on this old school bench and this great hulk of a man sitting next to her. He could probably have eaten her for breakfast and you wouldn't have noticed. And there he was listening to her, listening to every word. And then it came to the end of the conversation, and this great man, this great fighter, this great figure of a human being went down on his knees in front of Mother, and Mother simply gave her blessing. A simple little vignette explains this woman who was able to make the rich and the powerful understand that they are beautiful in the eyes of God, but they need to go to the poor to understand who they were. Secondly, she teaches those who are poor and unimportant in the eyes of the world that they are beautiful in the eyes of God. This woman was extraordinary, but she was extraordinary because she was faithful to God. It's a great privilege for me to be able to be here on the behalf of her sisters. There are some 4,000 sisters around the world now who are living the work of Mother Teresa. So let us see something more of her work for this extraordinary woman.
Born Agnes Gonfrag Boyaciu, she was born in Macedonia to Albanian parents. She first felt a calling to religious life when on an annual pilgrimage to the Church of the Black Madonna. It was at the age of 18 that she decided to become a nun and went to Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto. It was here that she took her name, for which she is known today. She became known as we recognize her today in 1937, when she took her final profession of vows to a life of poverty, chastity, and obedience. She taught in India for 17 years before devoting herself to caring for the sick and the poor. She was the founder of the Order of the Missionaries of Charity, a Roman Catholic congregation of women dedicated to help the poor. She received the Nobel Peace Prize for her humanitarian work in 1979. She refused the conventional ceremonial banquet and asked that the funds be given to the poor in India. She was awarded the Jewel of India, the highest honor bestowed on Indian civilians. And last year, Pope Francis issued a decree that recognized a second miracle attributed to her, clearing the way for her to be canonized as a saint later this year.
Yeah. Like I said, 1/10. To accept the award on behalf of the Blessed Mother Teresa, and it took us like 3 months to even locate this person. Please put your hands together. She's flown all the way from Italy to be here, especially tonight. Please welcome the closest living relative to Mother Teresa, Aggie Boyaciu.
I'm not very clever speaking with so many people. I just want to say thank you very much for this award. And I'm happy that everybody is remembering Mother Teresa and her work. And I want to say as well that her sisters are still working like she did. And I hope you will remember it. And will you remember that even a small piece of sugar every day, like Mother Teresa used to tell me, can make a big bucket for a poor who need it. So just don't think that you must give much, but every day you can put apart a small piece of something, a small amount of money. So at the end of the year, you will find a big one, and someone will be saved. Thank you very much.